Hello, my dear children. Good evening. Welcome back to today's online class. I am Radhika, your politics teacher. Children, we were studying new chapter from politics, that is chapter 21, Secular Vision of the Indian Constitution. Today, you have an introduction part. Children, imagine yourself as a Hindu or Muslim living in a part of the United States of America, where Christian fundamentalism is very powerful. Suppose that despite being a US citizen, no one is willing to rent their house to you. How would this make you feel? Would it not make you feel resentful? What if you decide to complain against the discrimination and were told to go back to India? Would this, would this not make you feel angry? Your anger could take two forms. First, you might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority. This is a form of retaliation. Or you might take the view that there should be justice for all. You may fight stating that no one should be discriminated against on ground of their religious practices and beliefs. This statement rests on the assumptions that all forms of domination related to religion should end. This is the essence of secularism. In this chapter, we will read more about what this means in the Indian context. Ready, children? Okay, let's go. Secularism. Children, what is secularism? The term secularism refers to a system of social and political organization where no religion is given special treatment. It is the system of social and political organization where no religion is given special treatment. That means in the place where all the religions are treating in a equal manner, that system is called secularism. The system where there is a no discrimination between the religion, in that system is called secularism. The term secularism refers to a system of social and political organization where no religion is given special treatment. Secularism in the Indian constitutions implies equality of all religion. According to Indian constitution, what is the meaning of secularism? Equality of all religions. Clear, children? What is secularism? The term secularism refers to a system of social and political organization where no religion is given special treatment. In India, according to Indian constitution, secularism means equality of all religions. The word secular was incorporated in the preamble of the Indian Constitution by an amendment in 1976. In 1976, we added this term in the Indian Constitution. That means in the preamble, we added this term. This term means which term? That is secularism. Okay, the word secular was incorporated in the preamble of the Indian Constitution by an amendment in 1976. Amendment means make some changes. That is called amendment. What is the meaning of amendment? Making changes. Okay. We added the secular word in the preamble of the Indian Constitution by 1976. Clear? According to Indian Constitution, secularism means equality of all religions. Children, secularism refers to this separation of religion from the state. Separation of religion from state. That means religion is one and a state is another. We want to make a one separations between religion and a state. State means our government. Religion means our religion. Hindu, Muslims or Christians, anything. Okay. Then separation of religion and state. The most important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from state power. What is the most important aspect of secularism? It is separate religion from state power. That means religion is going in one way and the state power is going in another way. The state means the government are not interpreting the matter of religion. Both are going in different way. Okay, the most important aspects of secularism is separation of religion from state power. Why is it important to separate a religion from the state? Why, children? There is a separation between the state and the religion. There are some reasons. First one, this is important for a country to function democratically. When we adding religion to our state power or in the government, then it will make a lot of problems, children. For example, if our ruling government, that means the present government is a Christian, that means Christian community, and they will do everything for or a better life for Christianity only. Clear, they will support that Christian community and they will ignore other religious group. Like that, if the Hindus are coming, they will give more preference to Hindus. Like Muslims, if they are coming to power, they give more preference to Muslims. Understand? Only those people will get a certain benefits. And others, they can't enjoy any rights in the society. Then our democratic function will function smoothly. Democratic functions will not function smoothly. That is why it is very important to separate religion from the state. Then only the country can function democratically without any problem. The country can function democratically. Democratically means treating all the people in equal manner. That is called a democratic. Okay, in a democratic country, all people are equal. There is no separation. There is no difference. There is no discrimination. Okay, why it is important to separate a religion from the state? It is important for a country to function democratically. Then, second, protection of the people's right to freedom of religion. That is one of the fundamental right, the right to freedom of religion. What is fundamental rights? The certain right is guaranteed by the constitution for the people. And that rights are called fundamental rights. And the right to freedom of religion is one of the fundamental rights. That means who want to protect that right, the right to freedom of religion? This is the duty of the constitution. That is why the government can't. That is why the government power don't interpret in the matter of freedom of religion. That is why we made a separation between religion and the state. Okay, why it is important to separate a religion from the state? It is important for a country to function democratically and protection of the people's right to freedom of religion. That is, it is needed to protect the freedom of individual. Then only through this way we can protect the freedom of individual from protect the freedom of individual from where? The exit from the religion, embrace another religion, have the freedom of interpret religious teaching differently. Okay, to exit from the religion, embrace another religion and have the freedom of interpret religious teaching differently. Okay, children, why we want to separate a religion from the state power? Because we want to protect the individual from or a freedom of individual to exit from their religion and embrace another religion, and a third, have the freedom of interpret the religious teaching differently. Steps to realize the ideals of a secular state. That means, what is Indian secularism? Okay, what is Indian secularism? According to Constitution, only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following. I am going to say about why it is important. What is Indian secularism? Okay, which type of secularism the India practicing? The India practicing which type of secularism? First, no one religion community does not nominate another. One religious community does not dominate another. Dominate means taking highest position. That means in Indian secularism, in our country, treating all the religion are equal. There is no big one and a small one. One religious community does not dominate another. Then second, some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. First we said about one religion. Any one of the religion don't dominate the another religion. Then second, one of the person, the some members of the one religion does not dominate the other members in the same religion. Okay, then the state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of individual. Okay, the state does not enforce any particular religion. The state not promote any religion in our country and take away the religious freedom of individual. That means they are not taking. That means the people are enjoying the freedom of religion. Clear? What is Indian secularism? The one religious community does not dominate another. Some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. The state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of individual. Next, fundamental rights. Already you know this. The constitutions guarantee certain rights to people and that rights are called fundamental rights. You know, we have 6 fundamental rights. How many fundamental rights? 6. First one, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights. Last one, right to constitutional remedies. Please say right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, rights to constitutional remedies. Let's see what is right to equality. Okay, right to equality. The Constitution of India guarantees equality to all citizens. Who giving that guarantee, treating all the people are equal manner? That is Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India guarantees equality to all its citizens as enshrined, that is mentioned in Articles 14 to 18. The Article 14 to 18 are saying about a right to equality in our Constitution. If you want to know about a right to equality in the Constitution book, we want to take Article 14 to 18. 14 to 18. It establishes the rule of law as an important element of the Indian democracy. Okay, and the right to equality saying rule of law. And they introducing rule of law. You know what is rule of law? A system in which the country is ruled on the basis of laws framed by the people's representatives and not by the wishes of the person or a group of persons in power. Clear, children? Rule of law means our representatives. Our representatives means we choose the persons. We elected certain persons, and that elected persons, that representatives will make laws. That means that is our people, and that representatives are working for our wishes or fulfill our needs, and those people are making laws. Okay, a system in which the country is ruled on the basis of law framed by. The country is ruled on the basis of law, and that law is framed, made by the people's representatives, not by the wishes of a person or a group of people. Okay, that is called the rule of law. That means the right to equality establish the rule of law as an important element of the Indian democracy. The state cannot discriminate against a citizen on ground of religion, sect, caste, sex, and a place of birth. First I said, what is that right to equality? The article, which article saying about a right to equality? Article 14 to Article 18. And it established the rule of law as an important element of the Indian democracy. And second, the state cannot discriminate. The government can't discriminate against the citizen on the basis of, in the name of religion, in the name of sect, in the name of caste, sex, and place of birth. The government have no right to discriminate a citizen. The state cannot discriminate against a citizens on the ground of religion, sex, caste, sex, and place of birth. Every person has access to all public places. In our country, right to equality ensuring to access all public places. The state cannot discriminate against anyone in the matter of employment. Already I said there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, sex, and place of birth, and there is no discrimination on the on the basis of employment. And the people can access all public places. The practice of untouchability and conferring titles and honors on individuals has also been abolished. And according to then, because with the help of the right to equality, we abolished two things. One is untouchability. That in the British period we practiced in our Varna system time we practiced that what untouchability, that prohibited by Constitution, and that mentioned in the right to equality. Okay, children, we have a 6 fundamental right. Wow, the first fundamental right is right to equality, and this right to equality is mentioned in Article 14 to 18. And first one, it established the rule of law as an important element of the Indian democracy. Second, the state cannot discriminate any citizens on the basis of religion, caste, sex, set, and place of birth. The state cannot discriminate anyone in matter of employment. Every person has access to all public places, including playground, hotels, shops, etc. The practice of untouchability and conferring titles and honors on individual has also been abolished. Okay, children? Okay, I am going to stop here. See you next time. Thank you.